Students, in this video we are going to learn about some of the social networking websites and how it works, and e-services, and also about mobile technology. Social networking websites. So you all know this. Now only we discussed what is the social networking websites. It is like searching people through internet. So social networking sites are online communities in which members interact, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Flickr. One by one we will see what is all in detail. First one is Facebook. It is the world's leading social networking site with more than 2 billion active users all over the world. It is founded in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg. You all may be knowing that. So what we can do in that, we can create profiles, we can upload and share photos, videos, posts. We can communicate through chat, voice call or video call, search and make new friends, comments on a post, update status, plan events, and do much more through Facebook. It can be accessed through laptop, desktop, tablet, or any other devices, modern devices. So now comes LinkedIn. It is founded by Reid Hoffman in 2002. It is the world's largest social networking site for professionals. Okay, it is a business and employment oriented service that can be accessed through its website or mobile application. Okay, it is a platform on which employers from different companies, both national and international, post their company's jobs and hire employees based on the required skills. It is not only only website. We have multiple websites like this through which you can search for the job. Okay, it is for business and employment purposes. Next comes Instagram. So same like a Facebook, Instagram is also a free software which is used to upload a photo, video, sharing, network services, social networking services. All the services are available in this also. It is available in Apple, Android, and Windows phone also. Okay, like Facebook only, this is also. Next one is Flickr. It is also one of the most popular photos and videos hosting services with more than 1 million photos uploaded every day. Okay, next one is blogs and comments. Blogs or logs or experiences or thoughts of individual or groups of people with common interest. So what is they write something about something, or they'll be posting their writings, about any topic. It can be poetry, or it can be a story, it can be anything. Okay, so these are all called the word blog comes from weblog and consists of web-based signed and dated log of individual postings. So there are many different blogger websites are available: WordPress, blogger.com, tumblr.com, pratamindia.blogspot.com, indiaeducationdiary.in. So there are so many websites available for writing the blogs. So many people come and comment in that blogs. They will read your blogs and they will comment for your blogs. Next comes Twitter and microblogging. So microblogging is a method of writing small messages or blogs and is getting very popular nowadays. Like in writing, like in Twitter, people post messages. Okay, those, if you're following the person in Twitter, you can see those tweets of them and you can reply to that. You can give comment for that. Okay, so you have to, for that you have to first create the Twitter account. Okay, it is popular from 2000. You can create account on it and blogs in messages till 2007 to November 7, 2017. You can tweet messages of up to 140 characters. Now you can tweet up to 280 characters length. Next comes YouTube. It allows millions of people to search for, watch, and share originally created videos. Okay, so they can create videos on their own and they can post it. People will come and watch it, and they will get earnings through YouTube by connecting with ads, right? So it is available since 2000, late 2006. You can upload, view, and share videos through YouTube. Next comes video conferencing. It is essentially allows a group of individuals with access to the internet anywhere around the world to hold a meeting without having a physical meet one another at any specific location. Okay, this is called video conferencing. Next comes e-services. E-services, by the name, it is electronic services. Okay, there are many e-services available right now in internet, over internet. First one is e-commerce, e-learning, e-banking. Next comes e-shopping, e-government, e-reservation, e-groups. Okay, first is e-commerce, let's say. It refers to a wide range of online business activities for products and services. Okay, next one is e-learning. So you all know e-education, e-learning, everything is same. So it refers to the online learning process. You can learn anytime from anywhere at your own comfortability through across all over the universities and the world, across the world, right? So anybody can learn through internet, through e-learning. Next comes e-banking. It is a system of banking where customers can view their account details, pay their bills, and transfer money by means of the internet, right? So through how they will do, they will do it through e-payment or digital payment, we'll say. Okay, e-banking happens through e-payment. So what it does? It is a way to pay or receive money through digital mode. You're not going to touch the money. You're just going to transfer and receive the money through digital mode. It includes fund transfers. Fund transfers means what? Transactions done, money can be sent from one bank account to the other bank within the same bank account, or from one bank account to the another bank account. And you can do recharges of your mobiles, or you can recharge your digital dish TV. You can pay bills. What type of bills you can pay? You can pay telephone bills, electricity bill. Okay, any bills you can pay through the any of the websites. You can pay income tax or GST. All this through digital payments. So what are the modes of this digital payments? First one is UPI, e-wallets. You should know what you should. You can easily connect with any of the UPI, and easily payment can be done within seconds. Next one is e-wallet. Let's see one by one what are they. Okay, first is UPI. So what does mean by this UPI? UPI is Unified Payments Interface, or UPI is an instant real-time payment system developed by the NCPI, that is National Payments Corporation of India. Some banks are connected with BHIM, that is Bharat Interface for Money. Okay, like Phone Pay, Paytm, Google Pay, SBI UPI app, PNB, HDFC also have, Allahabad Bank, Union Bank, everything is having separate UPI payment websites. Okay, you can just go to the website, connect your account details with that, and create the UPI ID. Okay, and it will ask you to create the MPIN, and you can create all these things, and you can easily do the transactions through digital mode. Next comes e-wallet. E-wallet or mobile wallet, we say. Like you have the physical wallet with you. You will have the money in that. Whenever you want it, you will take it and use it. The same way we have e-wallet also. Okay, it is like putting money in the money purse. You have Paytm e-wallet. So if you have money in the Paytm e-wallet, if you don't have the money in a bank account, no problem. You can do your online transaction through that wallet. Not only in Paytm, many websites available to do that particular work. Okay, they will be asking you to put the money in their wallet. Amazon payment, you will have the money in that. You can have Phone Pay, you can have in free charges in MobiKwik, PayU Money, free charge. There are so many websites available. Next comes e-government. So what it provides? It provides you the public services through internet. What does it mean by this public services? Like payment, telephone bill payment, electricity bill payment, and all other bills can be paid online, and filling the forms online, government forms like passport, applying for passport, driving license, renewal of all these things can be done, and submission of forms and inquiry for passport and driving licenses, payment of income tax online, and online land records can be submitted and paid. So all this can be all these are coming under e-government. Next comes e-shopping. It is a process of buying goods or services from the seller over the internet. It comes under e-commerce. E-shopping comes under e-commerce. Okay, what happens in this B2B and B2C, that is business to business or business to customer transactions. Okay, there are many websites available to do e-shopping. Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, Future Bazaar. You all may be knowing. You would have done shopping also through e-shopping, right? So next one, it is available 24 hours. You need not go and wait in the line queues, or you need not go and waste your time on going to the shop and do the shopping. Only disadvantages, you cannot touch and feel the product, but you can sit at home in one touch. You can pay and buy the product. It will be delivered to you. Next comes e-reservation. E-reservation, there are so many online reservations available for flight, train, hotel, theaters. So you can reserve. You can see the Trivago. There are so many websites available to book the hotel if you are going somewhere. If you want to book it earlier, okay, with so much of discounts, it is also possible. Next comes e-groups. So it is often termed as online groups or communities or clubs, you say. So who will post comments and share ideas on the forums that cater their specific interest, and they will discuss over there about the particular topic. This also comes, news groups also comes under this e-groups only. Next comes mobile technology. Nowadays, nowadays it becomes an integral part of our life. It is a wireless telephone technology, or we can say mobile technology or wireless telephone technology, or cellular communications or mobile communications through that can be done. Okay, this technology is used for mobile or cellular communications using devices like smartphones, tablets, and present day modern devices. It can be anything. Mobile technology has improved from a simple mobile phones into a multitasking smartphones used for GPS navigation, browsing, instant messaging, watching videos, etc. There are two types of messaging services available: SMS and MMS. SMS is short message service. MMS is multimedia message services. In SMS, you can send only the text messages. It can be maximum of 160 alphanumeric characters. Alphanumeric is alphabets and also text characters. Okay, it will be available with your any of the mobile network. Okay, next one is multimedia messaging services. It is a process of sending multimedia messages like videos, text, images, audios, presentations, etc. Okay, this comes under 3GPP, that is third generation partnership project. Okay, next it can be sent we can send more than 160 characters using MMS. Next, let's see generations of mobile technology. There are 5 generations of mobile technology: 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G. Presently we are in fourth generation of mobile technology. 1G is what? It is mobile phones in this generation used analog signals to make phone calls. It started from 1980s. Okay, next is second generation of mobile technology. Mobile technology in this generation is based on the GSM standards and uses digital networks for phone conversation and provides text and multimedia services. This technology launched from 1991, but it came into existence in India only in 1995. Next is third generation mobile technology. Okay, this generation technology provides services like telephony, fast web browsing, video calling, mobile TV, 3D gaming, downloading and uploading files, sending and receiving large emails, etc. It was launched in 1998, but in India it came into existence only in 2008. The speed of this generation is from 144 kbps, that is kilobytes per second, to 2 megabytes per second. Okay. Next comes fourth generation of mobile technology. It is a broadband cellular network technology with high speed from 100 Mbps to 1 Gbps with 4G LTE and also 4G VoLTE. What is this 4G LTE? It is fourth generation long term evolution. Next is 4G VoLTE is fourth generation voice over long term evolution. Okay, this network is provided by so many internet service providers. They are Airtel, Jio, Vodafone, BSNL and Idea, or they are all internet service providers who provides 4G networks. So presently we are using 4G in our mobiles, right? So now next generation is 5G. Okay, it provides up to 20 Gbps speed. The maximum data transfer speed is that. Okay, it is also coming under 3GPP, that is third generation partnership projects. Okay, the 3GPP standards body released the 5G new radio specification in 2017, but still we are not using that particular technology. Okay, it was developed by US, South Korea, Sweden, Turkey, Japan and China. But they are saying one company from China, they already launched 5G network, but still that it didn't came into existence in India. Okay children, thank you.